good afternoon, everyone. This is Mark from Right Line Trading, and this is our daily newsletter. And what you see in front of you is a 5-minute, 10-day chart of GameStop. And you can see right in here, this is our brand new Thinkorswim version of our software. We call this trade long. Now, that's really not what this newsletter is about. It's about what I've been seeing going on in the market and why this ultimately is really not a good thing. There's moving price from about $75 all the way up to $483 on GameStop is nothing that we want to get involved in, and it's really ultimately a sucker's game. Now, I've heard multiple marketers screaming in my ear about it, how this is a brand new paradigm in their battle room, their war room, their Wild West show. They're gonna be looking for trades like this. But I'm telling you, this is a zero-sum game. And what I'm going to do is try to explain to you something that's fairly complicated without really doing much more on the charts, except to say that we can see that right now, our GameStop is rolling over, and we're getting multiple signals down here to tell us that if we're going to take it in any direction, we're going to take it short. Now, pretty much everyone knows that GameStop is a brick and mortar video game retailer. It buys and sells used games, consoles, also retails new games, and like I said, gaming systems. Now, it's been shedding customers for almost a decade, and really the best analogy I can make is it reminds me of Blockbuster. Essentially, Blockbuster's inventory moved online, and there was really no reason to go to Blockbuster, pay late fees, when all you had to do was go online and you could watch the same movies. Now, the Reddit community saw the enormous number of shares that were shorted on GameStop. And actually 140% of the total float was short. So quite a bit of the shares had been shorted more than once. So what they did was that they got their army out and they started buying shares of GameStop to the upside. Now that turned into essentially a massive short squeeze where retail investors and hedge funds that piggyback their trades moved the stock from under $20 to over $300 in less than a week. But if you really think this is a Reddit small investor gambit on one side versus Wall Street on the other side, then you're completely wrong. Now, the number of shares that traded hands on a daily basis was far too high to be just retail investors. In fact, while many brokers had restricted trading in GameStop to sales only, a $187 million purchase of GameStop shares went through. Now, that's not some kid in his basement. It's not some Reddit user. What was happening was that the big institutions, the hedge funds that had initially shorted GameStop, were getting it on the action, and now they were buying it long. Remember that Citadel was getting the trade feed directly from Robinhood in advance, and they were making millions every day just filling the orders. They were getting in on the GameStop trade as well. So were many other hedge funds. So while it sounds great that some retail investors were using an app called Robinhood to make money back from the rich hedge funds. That's not really what was happening. If anything, Reddit gave Wall Street a multi-million-dollar payday and created a target-rich environment for hunting stocks to short in the upcoming year. Now, to make matters worse, let's say that you are an institution or a hedge fund, and you are caught temporarily in a short squeeze, and the Reddit stocks include GameStop, Express, AMC, BlackBerry, and Nokia. And what you do is you become cash poor. You need to make your broker happy, and you need to have cash in your account to cover the short squeeze temporarily. What do? You sell your longs. And we saw a tremendous sell-off in the market last week. And one of the reasons we saw that sell-off was the big institutions coming in, having to raise cash to cover what was really just a temporary setback. And in order to do that, they brought the markets down really hard. So at the end of the day, most of the hedge funds, in fact, all of the hedge funds, a lot of mutual funds, a few small retail traders made money. A lot of small retail traders got really taken to the woodshed and beaten up hard, and nothing of any value was accomplished. Getting in on these kinds of trades is extremely risky, and the best thing to do is to stand aside. This is not the way we trade. This is a market anomaly, and at the end of the day, we could very easily be left holding the bag. So we're not going to be on the hunt for new short squeezes, because we may very well be the ones who wind up getting squeezed royally. Now, there's sort of an epilogue to this. What is undergoing massive buying right now? Silver. Silver is skyrocketing in price. Only there is no short squeeze on silver. What we have is just a concerted effort by retail traders to push silver up. But they're being helped by the hedge funds and the mutual funds, who are making an enormous amount of money pushing silver to the upside. There's no short squeeze at all on silver. So silver is simply rising on the backs of the Reddit traders, mutual funds, and big institutions. Now, cornering the market on silver has been tried, and it's always been a massive failure. That left traders who attempted it penniless. And remember again, silver is not in a short position. In fact, if you examine the ownership, there's a net long position on silver in the markets. That means the smart money was already betting that it would go up. So there's not going to be a short squeeze again in silver. There just isn't enough short interest out there. But there's a real good chance they can keep driving the price of the miners and ETFs up for a few more days. Now, that being said, I don't want any of my traders getting in on this action. It's the definition of dumb money, chasing stocks and not following trends. Stick to your strategy. Stick to your strategy. Whether you're a long-term investor, swing trader, or day trader, you stay with your strategy, and you will be the one that wins out in the end. Let other traders chase these trades. The majority of them are going to get burnt. So this is Mark from Right Line Trading. I hope you have a really, really nice evening.